So this morning, Debbie and I went out to Blacksmith Fork Canyon, just east of Hiram, and for the first time used the drone with a video camera out in the real world, so to speak. And the first thing we did was go take some film of a bald eagle. You can see it perched there in that spruce, just to the right of dead center right now. You can see its white head sticking out. Debbie's still learning how to use that camera, and she's panning and tilting, and in a minute she's going to be close. And at the same time that she's doing that, I'm moving the drone slowly toward the bald eagle, and you can see we're getting fairly close to it. It's looking at us, looking away, and in a minute here it's going to leave. There he goes. Boop. Bye bye, bald eagle. After we did that, we turned around and zipped the drone up angled bluff just above actually where the eagle was perched. And here we are flying up and over this bluff. This is kind of an experiment to see what this kind of scenery comes out like in the drone picture. And I like the way it came out. Needs a little bit less camera motion, but otherwise okay. And then the last thing we did was to fly up quarter mile east of the pond where we were parked, and following the stream down into the holding pond. This is backed up by the Hiram Power Company's dam. There's the pond. You can see it's very shallow, although I still wouldn't like to dunk the drone in there. You see the fisherman's footpath off to the left. There's the road. There's our car parked, and Debbie and I standing right behind it. And that's the Hiram Dam right there. It provides a half a megawatt of power. Took the drone down low and then zoomed in. Now there's some ducks down there, although I don't see them right at the moment. There's some baby ducks. And here we are zooming toward the car and us just prior to landing the drone. This all worked very well despite being fairly high wind. Then here's the rest of that particular session. So first we took off, and then watch what happens with the camera. Debbie's learning the new controls. See, I just rearranged the controls at her request so that both tilt and pan are on the same stick. And here she is for the first time using it and trying to figure out how it works. All over the place. The drone's just hovering while she's doing this, so the gimbal is moving the camera all over. Eventually, she'll find the eagle. It's there on the, just above dead center on the photograph right now. She did this just before we went to go film the eagle. There, she's got the tree the eagle's in centered. Whoop. All over the place. Okay. This is after we filmed the eagle. And she's searching. There's the eagle flying across in the background. Just saw it. And she's searching for it now, trying to find it. The drone's headed that way to try to help out. We never did really reconnect with the eagle. It took off too far away. Tried though. I'm still amazed by how stable that photo is, or that video I should say, despite the fact that the drone's moving around and being buffeted all over the place. The video is quite steady. She had the camera in the stops there, so she had to spin it around. But here's the final I was about to say final landing sequence, but I don't think we quite got to that yet. Oh no, this is the sequence just before we took up to look at the cliff. I've got them all shuffled around here in this blooper reel. She just got her handle back on the camera. It's a little bit tricky using the camera. It's a lot easier with two people than it is with one, but the fact that the camera has stops, it can turn 340 degrees each way from front dead center. That gets confusing if you get it in the stops. Okay, this was taken just after we looked at the Eagle and we're flying away from the dam, just prior to where we turned around to come back and fly down the river. Looks like some sort of a structure or a boat or something down there. I don't know what that is. This is the little Blacksmith Fork Creek. There we turn around, getting ready to come back. And coming up here, oh, by the way, the drone was like 300 feet high when we did this. This is the final approach to landing here, the very last thing. And the drone's moving all over, but Debbie does not have the camera pointed the way the drone is moving. In fact, quite an angle right at the moment. So we really don't, it doesn't really look like the drone is landing here. It's just a platform holding that camera. Until right at the very end of this, you'll see one of the drone's legs come down into the picture.